the investigation into the recent stampede near Chinnaswamy Stadium has now been formally handed over to the Criminal Investigation Department, or the CID. Now, the Cubbon Park Police, who had initially filed the case, transferred it to the CID as per the government orders. Starting today, the CID, in fact, has officially begun its investigation under the leadership of SP Subhanvita from the Special Investigation Team. In fact, Deputy SPs Gautam and also Purushottam have been appointed as the key officers for the probe. Now, the state government had previously transferred the two cases related to the stampede to the CID. Following this, the Cubbon Park Police completed the handover of all the related case files. Now, the CID team has conducted an on-site inspection at the stadium, particularly focusing on gate number 7, gate number 19, gate number 18, gate number 16, as well as gate number 21, where the stampede was reportedly happened. In fact, after the spot inspection, the CID plans to seek custody of the accused, or in fact all of the accused, for further investigation into the matter. CID team is preparing to file a petition in court on Monday to obtain custody of the 4 arrested individuals. The CID will then pursue body warrants to take the accused into their custody for detailed questioning. In fact, in other big developments in the case, let me walk you through all the details that we have picked up so far. Karnataka's ADGP Intelligence, Hemant Nimbalkar, has been transferred. Also, Chief Minister Siddaramaia's political secretary, K. Govindaraj, has also been removed from his position. 4 officials associated with the RCB franchise and event partner DNA Entertainment Private Limited have also been arrested in connection with the tragic incident, accused remanded in judicial custody till June 19th. Now, the Karnataka High Court has also meanwhile restrained police from taking any coercive action against KSCA officials who are also named in that particular FIR. Political backlash is only intensifying. Both the BJP as well as JDS staged protests accusing the Congress-led government of making police officers scapegoats to divert the blame. Fresh FIRs have been registered based on complainants from injured victims, in fact including one Roland Gomes and one from BCom student Venu, who was injured near gate number 6. The cases name RCB, KSCA and DNA events as the accused. In fact, following the tragic stampede at Chinnaswamy Stadium, the visuals you can clearly see through your screens. Police is now investigating who exactly was responsible for posting the misleading announcement that allegedly led to the chaos and deaths. A key focus of the probe is to identify the origin and also intent behind 2 viral social media posts, one announcing a victory parade and the other one suggesting free entry for the fans. During questioning, Nikhil Sosale has reportedly denied any of the involvement into this matter. He clarified that he neither created nor instructed anyone to post the messages. My colleague Gautam Shankar is joining us live on the broadcast. Gautam, how exactly the trajectory of the investigation is now going to take a shift? Now the case has been handed over to the CID. What's on the probe so far?
Yes, yes, Akshi. So right now, with the CID officially taking over the investigation into the Chinnaswamy Stadium stampede, where 11 people were killed. Now, what we know now is that there are 3 parallel investigations that are going to happen. One is, of course, the CID having taken over the probe from the police. There's also a magisterial probe that is being headed by the Bangalore Urban DC. And we also have a judicial probe that is happening via retired Chief Justice Michael D. Kunia as well. So there are 3 probes that the state government has constituted to look into the reasons behind this tragedy that took place right after RCB won the IPL trophy after a period of 18 years, and the resulting celebration and the felicitation programs that were held at the Chinnaswamy Stadium resulted in 11 deaths. What we know is that SP Shubhan Mehta, who is basically with the SIT team, will be leading the investigations. And the primary focus of this investigation is on five gates here, Sakshi. Basically, it's gate number 7, 19, 18, 16, and 21, the ones that you mentioned. They will be looking into what really transpired over there. Because keep in mind that gate number 7 is, is basically the one that they're looking at very closely, because there was an announcement made that free passes are going to be given out to the people to get into the stadium. So, following that, thousands of people stormed towards Gate 7, and that caused a sort of a bottleneck, and lots of people were killed over there, is also what we understand. So, Gate number 7 and 19 is going to be looked into. And with today and tomorrow being a holiday, the CID team is preparing to file a petition in court on Monday to obtain the custody of all the four arrested individuals. That includes Nikhil Sosade, the RCB marketing head as well, and some individuals connected with the DNA networks. All of them are currently in judicial custody for a period of 14 days, but the CID is going to ask for their custody on Monday as well, Sakshi.
In fact, it was highly irresponsible if somebody on the social media, where we know the things go viral like a wildfire, has posted that there's going to be a victory parade, and on the other hand, the entry to the stadium is also going to be absolutely free, the information of which in fact has been confirmed by one of the eyewitnesses who happened to join us here at the broadcast and confirmed that there was a post that went viral where it was mentioned that entry for everybody who arrives for the victory parade and then to catch a glimpse of their favorite cricketers is going to be free, Gautam. So there is something very criminal, and there is something very careless that has happened there at the ground with regards to the event management as well. Gautam, I would request you to please stay on with us. Let's also listen into the reaction that came in from Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar, and then I'll come back to you for further questions on the investigation.
My Honorable Chief Minister was kind enough to announce a judicial inquiry. What we have found, what we have got internally, so action has been taken on some of them. Investigation is going on. The magistrate investigation, a judicial investigation, and again the cases has been referred to the COD. What more a government can do? The government has done its best to give justice and see that we will come out with a plan of action with such type of events in the future.
Now, Gautam, we are looking at a lot of police personnel being wrapped up. A lot of them have been transferred. They are being blamed, and the BJP and JDS are claiming that, you know, the Karnataka government, the Congress-led government, is trying to divert the attention and the blame to all those poor police personnel who happen to have ring the alarm about extreme chaos and their personnel being, you know, not being in control of managing such a huge crowd. What exactly is happening in the Congress-led camp?
Absolutely, Sakshi, because keep in mind, on the day of the felicitation itself, the Deputy Chief Minister was out there after the news broke out of the stampede. He was there actually supporting the police and telling them don't pin any blame on them. And 24 hours later, we see this action being taken by Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, where he sacked top police officials, including the Bangalore City Police Commissioner as well. So it really begs questions. Where did it all go wrong? If permissions, if the Bangalore police was hesitant and they expressed concerns about this felicitation program being held, why did the government push through with it? Because at the end of the day, the permissions and everything is going to be sanctioned by the Home Ministry, and they are the ones who sanction. But right now, there is no blame attached to the Home Ministry. No one is taking accountability from the Home Ministry or the Karnataka government. Now, that is the question that is leading to outrage among the people, and that is a valid question that is also being raised by the opposition as well. Where is the accountability on part of the government? And they claim that the police are being made scapegoats here, and several IPS officials that I spoke to as well, they are really upset about the way Karnataka government is handling the situation right now. Like you heard DK Shivkumar saying that three parallel probes are happening, but where is a probe to indicate any misgivings on part of the government? Who's going to look into that? That is a big question that needs to be asked here, Sakshi.
Absolutely. Gautam, please stay on with us. In fact, I believe we have a reaction coming in from the advocate who represented KSCA as well. Let's listen into what he has to say too.
Well, joining me is Mr. Sham Sundar. He is the advocate for the KSCA. Sir, today there was, after 2-3 days of catastrophe that took place in Bangalore, the court today heard the matter. Sir, what actually happened in the court today, if you could tell us?
We in fact vividly presented before the Honorable High Court that fastening criminal liability against KSCA management and KSCA office bearers is quite unfortunate, and KSCA having taken all the measures reasonably and even having declared compensation for those lives who were lost, KSCA was fastened with some criminal liability, blames of having committed criminal negligence, which resulted in death of unfortunate death of 11 persons, etc. And making KSCA as accused, projecting the KSCA office bearers as accused persons is something that was not correct, was our case. And we sought for the protection from the Honorable High Court because there were statements from the heads of the government for immediate arrest of all the accused persons. The Honorable High Court positively responded and was pleased to pass an order protecting the KSCA office bearers that they be not subjected to any coercive action like arrest, etc. And the condition is that we continue to cooperate with the investigation and we don't leave the jurisdiction of it.